for the second time. The Vince Lombardi Trophy is headed to Philadelphia. Eagles fly in Super Bowl 59.
Welcome back to the channel, man. Hit that subscribe button, bro. Hit that like button, man. And let's get into the Super Bowl reaction. So, what just happened on Sunday, bro? what just happened on Sunday? All right, man. So the Super Bowl. Let me just describe what the Super Bowl is to the people. Super Bowl, two best teams from different conferences. You got the NFC, you got the AFC, right? Two teams come out here, you know, these are the best teams. They done beat out their conference, they beat out their division. More than likely, they're division champions. And when it's time for the Super Bowl, normally this is like a highly anticipated matchup. Not this weekend. So the final score being 40-22. Is this a surprise to me? I wouldn't necessarily say that. I mean, I knew how dangerous the Eagles was. Necessarily, I would never say the offense, but I would definitely say that defense. That defense was like the number one defense in the NFL this season. In Kansas City, they always found ways to win, but coming into this game, it just didn't feel right. You know, like coming to a game where like you don't want back-to-back championships, the third Super Bowl champs. Like I don't see it like a three-peat. I didn't ever see it. I knew they was gonna get beat this weekend, but in this fashion, jeez, bro. So most stuff. To beat Patrick Mahomes in general, you have to pretty much score in almost every single possession that you're given, and the Eagles pretty much did that. I mean, no questions asked. That offense, they didn't have to do too much. Every single time they got the ball, they was already pretty much at the 50-yard line. But that defense, I said this earlier in the season, not in the season, but in the playoffs. But I said it was the Bills versus Chiefs actually, and I stated that in order to beat Patrick Mahomes, you gotta have him turn the ball over. Like, he has to be able to turn the ball over. We want him to make mistakes. And early in this game, that's pretty much what he did. He threw 3 turnovers, 3 picks, I'm pretty sure. No, 2 interceptions. Stat line, he threw 3 touchdown passes, but stat padding. But if you make him turn that ball over, it's gonna be a rough day. Overall, the Chiefs just had a horrible day off. I've never in my life seen Travis Kelce 39 yards in a playoff game. It's just so unlikely of him. It just wasn't. You know, you're used to seeing that that Tom Brady Gronk connection, especially in the playoffs when you need it the most. It just didn't happen this game. They never established a running game. I will say this: Xavier Worthy did pop off. He had 157 yards. I will say that, but they always play from behind in this. I mean, DeAndre Hopkins scored a touchdown. That's impressive. You know, he normally doesn't do too much, but it was the Eagles dominating every situation in this game. They beat them in time of possession, more yards, touchdowns. I mean, turnovers ratio. I mean, it's just straight domination. And Super Bowl MVP, pretty obviously went to Jalen Hurts, and Jalen Hurts really did deserve that. I will say this about Jalen Hurts: he's always won collegiate level NFL. I'm pretty sure probably in high school as well, but he's always been a problem, you know. In Alabama, he even got benched in the Natty. You know, that was a tough situation for him, but he still went to Oklahoma and won there. But for him to win the Super Bowl, and he pretty much played amazing. I mean, his stat lines were out of control. Hold on, let me go see. Okay, so he threw for 221 yards. Threw 2 touchdown passes. Pretty sure he had a little rushing touchdown off the tush push. Threw an interception, but it was early in the game. It was pretty much of a punt. But the game was just straight domination. I mean, Chiefs, they held Saquon Barkley. I'll give him that. I mean, I'm pretty sure he averaged like 2.2 yards a carry. I think he had like 25 carries, 57 yards. Yeah, it was kind of a lockdown defense rushing wise. But if you're looking at the offensive stats, it wouldn't be like, oh, how in the world, like, you wouldn't be shocked. You wouldn't be like, oh, Jalen Hurts threw for 300 passing yards. You wouldn't be like that. You'd be like, the Eagles just did enough to win, it seemed like, but a huge part goes to the defense. I mean, they had strip fumbles, you had sacks, you had pick sixes back to the house, You had interceptions all over the place. I mean, this game was bound to go to the Eagles. All right, so what's next from here for both teams? I'll start off with the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, don't get me wrong, they'll never be counted out ever. I mean, they're still the Kansas City Chiefs. They still got Patrick Mahomes. They're still a problem, but a lot of questions are going to be asked, especially getting blown out in the Super Bowl, where Mahomes supposed to be legit, and there's no way they get blown out. Because I would never expect them to get blown out by 20+ points, in the Super Bowl especially. But I think they're still gonna be dangerous next year. I mean, you're still gonna have your insane receiving core. You're still gonna have Xavier Worthy. You're gonna have Hollywood Brown. You're gonna have Rashee Rice. I mean, that trio is gonna be insane next year. Cause I think Hollywood Brown will be especially more involved, knowing that he's in the system a little more. But huge question mark goes out to Travis Kelce. Will he be here? I'm pretty sure he is 36, 37. To get to them ages where you don't want to keep playing anymore. But it's a question mark. I believe he'll still play next year. I think he'll still be somewhat dominant. He'll still have them games where he has 100 yards plus. But Chiefs, you have nothing to worry about, bro. You have nothing to worry about. I mean, you're still a back-to-back champion, bro. I mean, you still got Andy Reid coaching. No issues. Eagles, you're next. So the Philadelphia Eagles. After winning the Super Bowl, I honestly think it gets better from here. Most definitely was not gonna be back-to-back champions, but I think I feel like they can be like a little Buffalo Bills. I feel like they're going to be in the NFC Championship next year. Most def. Jalen Hurts. I mean, their team is young, man. I mean, Jalen Hurts, I'm pretty sure is 26, 27. Devontae Smith is still young. Saquon, I'm pretty sure he's 26, 27 as well. AJ's somewhat young. And that O-line is still going to be an issue. That defense is nasty, especially with Quinton Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, especially with that D-line as well with Nolan Smith, which he balled out in these playoffs. Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis. I mean, he's such a problem in the interior run defense. But that team, I'll say this, bro. Huey, that GM, he did his thing. In almost every draft, bro, he picks up the players that, as a fan, you want on your team. He always picks up those guys. Like, I remember one draft, he picked up everyone I wanted. You got Jordan Davis. I was like, man, I really wanted him. I think that linebacker from Georgia. I'm a Georgia fan, man. I know it's horrible. I don't know this. He didn't play in the Super Bowl. He was injured, but they snagged him up too. They snagged up almost every Georgia player you could think of. And also in the offseason, they got AJ Brown. They still got so many more dogs, man. And they're gonna be a problem in years to come, bro. I see them getting another ring in the next 5 years for sure. Okay, man, that's the end of the video, man. I appreciate you guys for watching, man. This is my little analysis and reactions to the Super Bowl and what everybody else was thinking, and these are my thoughts. Subscribe, hit that like button, man. See y'all boys in the next video. I have another one coming up, and y'all boys stay tuned.